Like I want it, I really want it, but I don't need it. Or maybe I need it, but I don't need it. Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. So it's Sunday again. There are tons of new makeup releases already, even though we already talked about a whole bunch last week. So let's dive right into it. Before I dive into it, I do want to talk about one new release that I already was able to pick up. I wasn't expecting it to come until Tuesday, but it came today. It is the Nomad Land of Fire and Ice. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. I did film a first impressions video right before this, using it. Spoiler, it's fantastic. So yeah, I'm not gonna mention this one again in there because I already picked it up and I'm super excited about it. All right, I'm gonna scooch over a little bit to leave a little room for photos of the things we're talking about today, so just a second. I saved a bunch of things on my Instagram from Trend Mood and Indie Mood, so we're just gonna scroll through and look at what's new. All right, Nars. We talked about Nars last week with some of their cream blushes and matte lips. I am wearing the matte lip today in the shade Thrust. It's essentially the same as the Rare Beauty Lip Souffle, so if you're interested in picking that up, the Rare Beauty is actually cheaper, but I do enjoy the Nars. The shade is pretty, but they are releasing a soft matte tinted lip balm. I don't know what's with all these lip releases when we're still wearing masks, but I like a good lip balm. Not something I'm looking to spend my money on right now for $28 for a lip balm. Yeah, it'll be a pass for me. All right, Pixie has a release. It looks like a couple collaborations with people I have not heard of before. Cream blush palette. That's a big palette for cheeks. Like a really big cheek palette. A shapeshifter palette, another eye palette, another palette. I mean, it looks more interesting than most of the things that Pixie puts out, but I'm not interested. ColourPop again. So I have never played Animal Crossing. I don't even know what it is. Honestly, I have no idea, but they are releasing a couple blushes, a Super Shock shadow, 4 little quad palettes. I think the green one looks cute, but I have a lot of greens, so I have no need for it. And I like the look of the pink one with kind of a coral and a yellow. I don't need any of it. I don't need anything from ColourPop right now. I like the lip stain lip tints. Those are nice, but I already have a couple. I'm not interested. I think we have another thing to talk about from ColourPop too, so let me find that one before we jump into anything else. And also from ColourPop, I still have 2 more to talk about, so hold on. The whole Cotton Candy collection. So they released the Cloud Spun palette like as part of a pair, I think, earlier, like in 2020. Or was that new this year? Who knows? Who knows with ColourPop? There's a couple blushes, Super Shock cheek, some So Juicy lip things. I don't know why. Why? The only thing that looks interesting that they're releasing is the Pastel Cream Gel Vault. I don't really use the cream liners, so I'm not interested, but it's more interesting than any of their recent releases. So if you're interested in the cream gel liners and you want some pastels, it looks nice. Mira Beauty is an indie brand that I haven't heard of before, but they're releasing 3 palettes. They all look pretty similar, save for like a pop of green in the Bombay Baby palette, but they look really nice. I like the idea of kind of, you know, focusing different countries or different cultures for the palettes. So they look pretty. Looks like there are some pressed glitters in there, so if you're not a fan of that, keep that in mind. But you can get the bundle for $70 or each palette for $25, which isn't bad, especially for an indie brand. And they do look pretty and very bright. So, right, Patrick Starr's brand, One Size Beauty, has a couple items coming out. Looks like a primer and some eye patches, so hydrating under eye patches. So I don't know if you just put those on and then let them sink in and take them off, but I don't know, his releases kind of puzzle me. I mean, the eyeshadow palette was pretty basic with Pop of Blue, and it's been, what, like a setting spray and makeup wipes. Just nothing super interesting. All right, this is a release that I'm really excited about. So Collidos is one of my favorite brands. Peep all of my Collidos palettes right there. I passed on the Escape Pod. It just didn't really call to me, but this one it's a collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist, and it is beautiful. It has some really deep, rich mattes, some multi-chromes, some really unique shades. It's so pretty. Like, I want it. I really want it, but I don't need it. Or maybe I need it, but I don't need it. My birthday's coming up. So husband, my birthday's coming up. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm super excited for Angelica. She's one of my favorite creators on here. And if anyone deserves it, it's her. It is just a beautiful, beautiful release. We missed a ColourPop one. Yet another. This is what, 4 in 1 week? Four? So this is the Melrose palette. Basic neutrals, a pop of gold, a couple like bronzer blushes, and a couple lippies. Why? I feel like if you have anything from ColourPop, you already have these shades over and over and over again. So I don't see the point. Next, all right, Samantha Ravindal has a new brand that she's releasing. It is Glow by Auric. Don't really understand the meaning of that name. I'm sure it's something meaningful, but there is a Glow Lust, which is like an illuminizer. I believe you wear it under your foundation or mix it with your foundation. And then an eye duo, so 3 eye duos, so 6 shadows for $39. They look really pretty, but not something that I'm interested in. I am gonna keep an eye and see what else she comes out with. I like her style. It's very, simple, clean makeup, so I'm curious to see what else she releases in the future. Charlotte Tilbury has some new lip products coming out. It is a hyaluronic infused lip mask and plumping effect lipstick gloss balm. I feel like that's like every lip product put into that title. Plumping lip mask lipstick gloss balm. What is it? What is it? Right, Juvia's Place has a beautiful release in collaboration with Vanessa Guillemot. I apologize if I'm not saying that right. She is beautiful, and this palette is really nice. I've passed on all of the Juvia's Place 6 pans. None of them have really interested me, but this is really pretty. It does remind me of the shades in the Tati Beauty palette with like that kind of cranberry shade, the orange, the tan, the dark brown. So I feel like if you have the Tati palette, you could probably achieve all of the same looks and more, but this is beautiful, it's compact, it's affordable, so I think this is a great release for Juvia's Place. Looks like Colored Rain has some nude lip lacquer shades coming out, so I haven't tried anything from Colored Rain before. When I first saw the Juicy Boost palette, it looked beautiful, but the reviews started coming in and it was eh. So I've heard that their formula is really nice, so if people are looking for a good nude lipstick, it looks like it's a really nice shade range. So there's a nude for essentially any skin tone, so I like that, but I'm gonna pass. Looks like Sugar Pill has some new lip glosses coming out. Again, not the time for lip glosses in my mind. Lip gloss is pretty sticky and not transfer proof, not something I can wear with a mask. I'm curious how these shades look. There's one that's like super blue, but I'm assuming it's pretty clear, but not for me. I haven't tried anything from Sugar Pill yet. They've had a few palettes that have interested me, but yeah, again, nothing that's been enough to really pull me in all the way. A brand that I've had my eye on for a while is Makeup a Murder. I've been curious about like diving into loose pigments, and they have some beautiful ones, but it looks like they're releasing a palette. I don't know that they've released a palette before, but this is coming out on the 22nd, and it's very like nostalgic for people my age whose first phones were flip phones, but it's called Burner Phone. I love the theme of this. I love the imprints in all of the shades to make it really look like a phone. The shadows look really pretty. I would, for my personal taste, like some more deep mattes other than just that dark brown. But it's a cute concept. It's bright colors, really interesting, and again, just a fun packaging, really unique. Kind of goes along with their whole aesthetic and their theme. So I think this is a really cute release. Probably not something that I will pick up, but it looks fun. All right, MAC is trying to make up the show that was The Sims, and they have a collaboration with Harris Reed. I don't know who Harris Reed is or what Harris Reed is, but the packaging on this is beautiful and the inside looks pretty. I mean, if you cover up like that teal, it looks pretty basic, but much better direction than The Sims. I will say that. No deep mattes at all. There's a deep shimmer. Not a palette that I would go for, but there's also a, oh, I thought that was like a cheek trio, but that's a lipstick palette trio. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the lipstick palettes. I mean, maybe if it's like a one and done thing and you're not gonna have to reapply, but eh. And then there's a cheek duo. Looks better than Sims. Morphe has dropped another big palette, so this is the Sweet Oasis collection. So some really pretty blues and teals and pinks and berries and some cool neutrals. It looks nice. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Morphe's quality with their eyeshadows. I've decluttered quite a few of my palettes that I have with Morphe. I appreciate that this color story is not like 35 shades of the same tone of brown, but well, this one I've been excited to talk about. So YSL, one of my favorite brands for lipsticks. I wore one of their lip stains for my wedding and bought it in 2 other colors because I love the formula. It is a beautiful product. When I saw this, I thought it was a coffee grinder. And I was like, why is a makeup brand making a coffee grinder? But okay, I'm gonna read the description. 2021 is bringing us innovation. Okay, so 3 different lipstick color pods and a Bluetooth enabled device, doubles as a compact so people can take it on the go. I'm curious how big this is. It looks big, right? It is $299. So $300, which includes 2 sets of colors, either the red, nude, orange, or fuchsia, and then a lipstick pod set costs $100. So why? Who asked for this? Who asked for this? Nobody. Nobody. Oh, and it also says custom skincare and foundation pods coming later. All right, Chanel has little cheek duos coming out, and it looks like a mascara, a blush and highlighter duo. Looks boring. BH is releasing acne patches, like hearts and triangles and clouds and butterflies and moons. I just don't see the point. I think this product already exists in a much simpler format. I don't think acne patches need to be fun shapes, but I'm also almost 35 years old, so. e.l.f. has some more of their bite-sized face duos, so it looks like just a few more shades available. They look like kind of a dupe for the Cover FX product, which is really nice. So I haven't tried these, but if they're good quality, I mean, it's a great deal. $3 a piece for 2 face products. You really can't beat that if the quality's there. Too Faced has a Valentine's Day release, the Be My Lover palette, one of their little mini tins. I've never tried any of their mini tins. It looks fine, nothing interesting. Midas Cosmetics revealed 2 new palettes. So they have a Cool Nudes 9-pan and a Berry Nude 9-pan. They look pretty. I've never tried anything from Midas, but yeah, they're pretty affordable, $18. That's not bad for an indie brand. I like that the Cool Nudes, it looks really rich and deep. The Berry Nudes has some really pretty tones. So, and Violet Voss is releasing a 10-pan palette. It is the Windflower. Oh, I thought it said Wildflower. Windflower. Pretty basic kind of berry tone, warmer neutrals. But $18 for 10 shades, that's not bad at all. It's available at Sephora. I mean, a lot of Violet Voss doesn't really call to me. I do have the Flamingo palette, which has some nice springy shades. This I don't need. I have these shades. All right, and MAC paint pots. So I did have like the Painterly paint pot as like an eye primer, and it did not work for me. I hated it. Like, I tried to love it. I tried setting it in different ways, but no matter what, my eyeshadow would just crease on me horribly. So I got rid of that. But there are, oh my God, they're $23. $23. These pots are like this big. And they released a whole bunch of colors. So I think you can use it just as like a cream shadow, but that's $23 for one small cream shadow is a lot. No thank you. Well, that's all I have to talk about today. And that was a lot of new stuff just in the last week since I last filmed one of these. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below if you're planning on picking up any of these new releases. If you enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.